Okay, so this video is about Mayan numbers. So this is a different system than the Hindu-Arabic system, the one that we use now, but it's got some interesting qualities to it. So I want to just sort of show, hey, there are other number systems out there, and this is an interesting one. The first thing about this is that this is base 20, so that means sort of there's 20 digits in every, or it's surrounded by, it's based on base 20. So ours is a base 10, or what's called a decimal system. Base 20 is called decimal. Decimal? Anyway, so let's go through it a little bit. You can probably look at this up online pretty easily, but there's a few interesting things about this. So, first of all, there's a 0 character, which is, I think, like kind of looks like a clamshell. That's my always interpretation of it. This is actually quite interesting in that it sort of predates the 0 from the Hindu-Arabic system by a couple of hundred years, which is quite remarkable, I think. The numbers 1 through 4 just use dots. And then when we get to 5, there's a line. When we do 10, we have 2 lines, and 15, we do 3 lines. So each line represents 5. So it's a really kind of a blend of a couple of different systems in terms of dots and lines, like we've seen in other systems. But overall it's 16. So let me just show you. So for example, 6, 7, 8, and 9, right, are now a blend of dots and lines. So it's 5 plus 4 type of thing. And let me sort of just skip to the last column. These are all 3 bars. Okay. And so and 10, you can do the same thing with all of those. Okay, so these are the digits of the number system. So 0 to 19. So for example, I mean, our digits are 0 through 9, right? And then we do something with them. Their digits are a clamshell to 3 bars and 4 dots. Okay, so bring this up if you're not going to remember it, and because we're going to need to look at this. So I'm going to do a couple of writing down Mayan numbers and then their decimal, and then vice versa. Let's do 3 like that. Okay, so here is the way a Mayan number is written, which may seem completely bizarre, but here's what we're going to have. So in the ways that we think of it, the bottom is the ones category. And since we're in base 20, the next sort of bunch is 20s, and then the last is 400 because it's 20 20s. Okay, so just like this would be a 3-digit number, in 3-digit number in our system we use 3 characters or 3 glyphs. Here they have 3 boxes like that. Okay, so if I'm going to convert to decimal, okay, this box represents 2 lines and a dot is 11. So I have 11 times 400, right? And then I have 3 20s and 13. Okay. So this is just 4,400 plus 60 plus 13 should be 4,473. So the number 4,473 that we use in Hindu-Arab, the decimal system, is represented like that. Okay, so that's one example. Let's do another one. So we've got, let's do this first. Okay, so exactly the same thing. We're just going to write this down. There's 3 400s there. Remember the clamshell is 0, so I have 0 20s and 15 1s. So this is 1,200, 0 and 15 is 1215. Okay. All right. So hopefully with these two examples, it's fairly straightforward to go from Mayan to decimal. Let's flip the other way around. So let's see 3905. Okay. So I'm going to walk through this. How many 400s are there? So a few things you can do is you can sort of think about counting up to 400 might give you that. But hopefully we can think about 10 400s would be 4,000, so that's too many. So I've got 9 400s in there. So 9 400s is 3,600. And so the remainder, 3905 minus 3,600 is 305. Okay, and that remainder needs to be less than 400. How many 20s are there in there? So, maybe just thinking a little bit about this, you can do the long division, 20 into that. But hopefully you can maybe see there's 15. 15 times 20 is 300. So there's 15. And the remainder is 305 minus 20 times 15. 5 minus 300 is 5. Okay. So all we need to do is convert this, that, and that into the Mayan digits. Okay, remember the top one are the 400s, so 9 is 1 bar and 4 dots. There's 15 20s, so that's just 3 bars, and there's 5 1s, like that. Okay. Let's try one more as an example. Let's do 48 11. Okay, so again, how many 400s? Right? And maybe I'll do this, if this isn't too clear, I can do the quick long division here. So 44811, 1, 400. I mean, we're going to do this later. So, but hopefully you remember this. So 2, 11, and so remainder 11. No, sorry, 12 remainder 11. 12 remainder 11. Jumped the gun there. So, okay. Okay, so how many 400s are there? There's 12, right? And then there's 11 left over. So again, my next question is how many 20s? How many 20s are in 11? 0, right? So how many, and then so how many are left over is 11. So here's what we need to do is for the, we need to stick that number, then that number, and then it's going to be 11, 11 in the 3 boxes. So 12, 0, and then 11, like that. Okay. All right. So that should give us a little bit of sense of Mayan, and I think I'm going to do like another video that has one addition problem in Mayan as well. So stay tuned for that.